entertainment news. Well, actually, it's entertainment news. Okay. That just snuck up on me there. Go ahead, Kottyn.
Oh shoot. I'm sorry, y'all. I was not ready for you to say that. Olympic boxer Felix Verdejo, I hope I'm saying his name right, found guilty of kidnapping and the death of a pregnant woman and unborn child. He was found guilty of kidnapping resulting in the death of intentionally killing an unborn child. Prosecutors said in a press release Kalisha Rodriguez Ortiz and her unborn child were found dead in the San Jose Lagoon in Puerto Rico on May 1st, 2021. A day later, Fernandejo Sanchez, who competed in the 2012 Olympics, was arrested and charged with their kidnapping, carjacking, and killing. Federal court documents show, according to CNN's previous reporting, a federal jury convicted for Verdejo Sanchez for the federal crimes that arose from Miss Ortiz murder, which occurred on April 29th of 2021, according to the release. Back to you, Ron.
Ludacris believes that children are our future, and he's doing his part to help them lead the way by making a huge donation towards the renovation of a children's theater. Back in July, Luda performed at the Hard Rock Casino in Cincinnati and pledged $50,000 to the Children's Theater of Cincinnati to help support its $48 million restoration campaign for the Emory Theater building. Luda's lawyer, Daryl D. Miller, has ties to both the Children's Theater of Cincinnati and Emory's Theater as a board member. So the Fast and Furious star showed excellent Southern hospitality by joining his cause. Luda told Cincy's Local 12, "I'm drawn to the Children's Theater's project in Cincinnati because of the plans to develop new works that hit on the topics that matter to today's students."
Jocelyn Hernandez, I don't know if you guys heard her story previously. The Love and Hip Hop star, alumni, was in a fight after the Mayweather fight recently and beat down another young lady. But in the midst of that, she still hadn't cooled down when the cops arrived after her epic beatdown of Big Lex, who was also one of the ladies on her reality show. And the body cams captured her violence, profanity-laced rage from start to finish. It's said that she was probably on drugs at the time, but who knows. The Love and Hip Hop alumni was met by several Sunrise PD officers last month in South Florida, and this new footage obtained by TMZ shows her immediately launching physically and verbally at the law enforcement. They took her to jail. Right off the bat, she shouts she doesn't want any white men touching her, and things quickly ramped up from there. Jocelyn chucks her phone at a guy trying to calm her down, who seems to be the same person heard calling Lex a dumb ASSBITCH. During the initial confrontation, cops stepped in, but she shoves one of them, resulting in multiple officers taking her to the ground. She got a beautiful mug shot of her up. And Miss Hernandez is you can even hear her husband in there yelling at Big Lex because of blaming her because Jocelyn. I mean, it was just an ongoing back and forth thing online, and it resulted in this. So, it's unfortunate.
All right, bad news for Travis Scott. Fans were hoping to see the rapper perform at one of the 7 wonders of the world because just 2 days before the big event, the show's been canceled. Live Nation shared the news Wednesday saying that the Utopia show, which was slated to go down this weekend at Egypt's Pyramids of Giza, is no longer happening. The company adds, despite highest efforts, complex production issues meant that the show could not be constructed in the desert. Live Nation says issues will be refunded to ticket holders issuing an apology to those planning on attending. The reasoning seems a little suspect considering that just recently Egypt Musician Syndicate announced it wasn't pleased with Travis coming over to perform, saying the organization canceled the show's permit, claiming the type of concert TS puts on goes against the cultural identity of the Egyptian people. Kottyn.
Okay. Cardi B is accused of battery after flinging her microphone at a fan during a Vegas concert. So if you look at the video, you would see this young lady, she flicks her water. Now this lady had a cup of water, it was a little water and ice, and she throws it up at Cardi B, and then Cardi B turns around and throws her mic at this young lady. And you see the young lady saying, I'm sorry. But at this point, she had already flung the microphone. I said, now that's ice and water. It can't really harm you. But that microphone that you just threw could have really did some damage. So with that being said, Cardi B is being accused of battery as a victim headed to the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department on Sunday, alleging she was struck by an item thrown from the stage. Authorities confirmed to Fox News Digital that a report had been filed, but no citations or arrests have been issued at this time.
Round 2 at the bar. Young Miami's brief talk show host career has now been comparing herself to Oprah Winfrey. The City Girls rapper is proclaiming herself to be the black version of the legendary journalist. Miami makes the puzzling proclamation on the upcoming episode of Drink Champs and made an even more confusing statement by acknowledging she knows Oprah is indeed a black woman. Last year, Miami shared the Best Hip Hop Platform Award with Drink Champs for her Carisha Please series on Revolt TV, but she's only 10 episodes deep. Oprah was enamoring television audiences since the mid-'80s, several years before Miami was even born, and fans told her she was a bit out of catching up to do before she can mention the same breath as Lady O. Kottyn?
Hey everybody. I don't have any more stories. That was it.
Hey, all right. I got a couple more. Okay, bringing sexy back. Timbaland's back in the studio with real humans after entertaining the thought of AI with his longtime pals Justin Timberlake and Nelly Furtado. The Dream Team trio was apparently up late in the studio on Tuesday night, sharing several pics of themselves with huge grins. A good sign the tunes are turning out right. Nelly dialed in remotely from FaceTime while Timberland and Justin were together in the studio, but the reunion was still full circle. Back in 2006, Timberland oversaw the production of JT and Nelly's blockbuster album Future Sex, Love Sounds, and Loose, which both projects selling millions of records, opening the door for both collabs as an artist owned the dance floor for years. All right, we got a little more time, y'all. Anybody want to comment on any of these stories we're talking about? How do y'all feel about the Oprah, about young Miami making proclamation that she's a young black Oprah?
She's speaking life into her situation. I mean, if that's how she feels, encourage yourself. Hey, speak it to existence. That's how she feels. But I don't know about calling herself the black Oprah and Oprah already black. That was ignorant. But hey, however she feels, or he feels, or whoever that is.
Yeah, no ma'am.
Okay, we're talking about the City Girls. City Girls.
No.
I mean,
no.
Right.
You can't even compare yourself to Oprah. It's a no. It's a no for me. If you had said you considered yourself the ghetto somebody or something else, like you can't even just like where you get this Oprah. Oprah ain't twerking nowhere in this world ever. I promise you that. She ain't. She probably barely twerking for Stedman. So no. That's not a close comparison at all.
Oh, okay.
It's not, but
I think,
Go ahead, Smitty.
no, I was just going to say, I believe that had Oprah been on her show been on the air when twerking became a fad, I think she probably would have had to work.
Oh my God.
Oprah did anything for ratings. People don't realize or remember Oprah used to do everything that was a fad. You know, she'll make some expert and everything was so forth. But then once Oprah find it and make it popular, then that's when it loses its shine with younger people and everything. We actually need Oprah to be there before that twerk, and so it shut it down that quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Right.
we're gonna agree to disagree on that one, cause yeah.
Like,
Right.
If people are being honest, her show was like that. It was almost
Her show was like that not for ratchet though. Oprah ain't never
No.
been ratchet, so I don't think that she would ever put herself out there
well,
like that.
that's just it. But at one point though, twerking went past beyond ratchet. It was it became pop culture, and that's what she was, pop culture, right? I mean, that's how it became. I remember we used to make jokes about it. You know, older people would talk about, let me see you twerk, or what's the other thing, drop it like it's hot, or something like that there
Right.
too as well. You know, people winking, laughing, chuckled over it and everything. You know, at some point it lost its steam for being ratchet, in my opinion.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
okay.
not even but before it was called twerking, it was just booty moving your butt or whatever the other terminology was we used. That's not the thing of it is that movement has been around a really long time. It ain't even new.
You know where
Exactly.
you know where it originated from. They had a documentary on it. Actually originated from the islands. Actually,
Yeah.
because the guys would even get involved in the twerking contests too. You know, it was almost basically you can almost compare it to the butterfly. Because everybody how to use the butterfly.
Yeah, there you go, butterfly.
Right. Okay, so on the note, okay, let's move on. How do y'all feel about the accusations that Erykah Badu is saying towards Beyonce about her stealing her style? What do y'all think about that?
Not at all. I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't know where that's coming from either, because Erykah, we ain't never seen you in nothing Beyonce wear ever, girl. She's so reggae'd out, it ain't even funny.
Is half naked all the time, where Erica's always completely clothed. I don't see what part of the style.
Except for that one video where she got totally naked walking down the street. Yes.
Just going to go there.
Yeah.
That one.
Like,
right.
totally
That
naked.
one I played over and over.
Totally naked.
Did you see it?
Wow.
Did you see it, Ron?
No. I don't know what she was. What? Well, go ahead.
She was literally had a video where she started stripping her clothes off, right? As she was walking
Down the street.
Somewhere in Texas, right?
Yes.
Yep.
She got butt naked.
Totally.
I didn't see the video. I saw part of it where they were basically just like, blaring it out and stuff, about her.
Right.
But I mean, so that was for a video, because everybody thought that she lost her mind, it was a publicity stunt or whatever.
Yeah, it was a video.
It was a video.
The song, but
the song wasn't that popular.
But
the song wasn't very popular, so.
It's reckless. I can't remember the song.
Yeah, exactly. So her being naked was pointless. Like that was just a shock effect because she hadn't been relevant for a minute. So.
And that's my concern about her right now. Is that anytime we hear an entertainer start complain that somebody stole their style or whatever like that, that means they feeling washed up now at this point. Oh, they stole my style.
Yeah.
They stole my song. They stole this and that and everything. Now she is becoming the feel irrelevant, even though I don't think she really is. I think she's a lot more.
Actually, I'm looking at it. Well, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm looking at a picture on TMZ of Beyonce wearing a hat and Erykah Badu wearing a hat, and they're the same hat.
So, and that's not the only person that made that hat. That's like what was Pharrell had that hat out there. He wasn't the one who really started that. That started somewhere else, and he just decided to make it a thing, and everybody copied it, and everybody wanted this big hat. That's ridiculous. And as a black woman, you shouldn't even be saying that about another black woman, especially in the entertainment field, because all styles are copied. That hat was created years ago by some cowboys years ago, and then somebody said, "Well, let's make it a fad." And now we're here. Now we're here. Because now the hats are
Okay.
even more popular. That's crazy to me.
Okay, I'm not saying that it is, but I mean, people can argue about it though. Honestly, because of the hat. It's like a Wicked Witch looking hat, Mad Hatter hat, pretty much. I'm not saying that
He's not
she's
saying
mimicking
a
her.
hat. He's talking about her Renaissance concert, though. So it's
Yeah.
like a whole show. If she's saying was biting her style, and I've seen clips of both shows, and I don't see any resemblance
At all. At all.
I think what it is that they're basically just pointing. They're trying to say that she's copying her, but basically I see a similar hat. I don't see nothing else dissimilar.
But I think it really is they're both in concert. They're both touring right now. And I think it's what it's coming down to is who's buying whose tickets. But that's the other thing. I'm like, why would you, as a black woman, come out against another black woman to say she's biting her? I don't see the class in that. And that I don't see the class in that. Instead of just enjoying your gift and then doing what you do and stay in your lane and let her do what she do and stay in
But
her lane.
Beyonce has a whole different style. Her concerts are very much way out there. Like I saw a clip of Jill Scott, and I love that she was giving Beyonce her flowers in the moment and saying how beautiful and how moved she was. And I love Jill Scott. She was saying how moved she was by Beyonce's whole concert. I said, and that's how you wreck. Not that's like when what's her name, Khalees came out talking about Beyonce. Girl, Beyonce just cut the whole thing, because if Beyonce had said she took a clip of anything of my poetry, I'd be like, go on, Beyonce, use that, girl. Yeah, she. Hey, yes. What did you complain? What did you upset about?
And if it was intentional, but all right, and if it was intentional, hey, look at it as flattery.
It's a compliment. It's absolutely a compliment. But Khalees ain't had nothing for a long time, and now she's dating what's the guy? Bill
Murray.
Bill Murray for shock effect. Now we're back at the shock effect. Like, girl, cut it out.
Bill Murray.
Khalees, yeah.
Who's dating him?
Khalees.
Khalees.
My milkshake brings other boys to the yard, and then
yeah. I do remember that. Here's another thing too. Janet Jackson, she had complimented Beyonce too as well. And if anybody can say somebody ripping a pop or saying Janet, she could very well have said that herself, but she didn't. She put love on Beyonce, but everybody knows that Janet, she was like our real first, star that did that at that status and everything. Maybe one could argue Diana Ross. I'm not sure. But Janet was the one.
Okay, all right, we're going to wrap this up, y'all. We're going to take a break, our first break, and when we come back, it's the nitty-gritty with Smooth Smitty. This is the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review on your State for all things. WRJR. Lines are open. And get in touch with Kottyn. 312-210-5710. 312-210-5710. We'll be right back. All right, cool. Y'all freezing on me. Ain't nothing acting right.
That was a good pace though, between you and Kottyn, and that was a real good pace there and everything.
Yeah. We gotta
that was a good pace. You guys a good pace.
No, because I didn't have no I was looking up stuff because I didn't have entertainment. I only had a couple of things on entertainment.
All right, stand by. All right, WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best of all things. And now it is time for the nitty-gritty with Smooth Smitty. Take it away, Smitty.
Hey, on the nitty-gritty with Smooth Smitty, Chris Christie calling out the GOP frontrunner, DJ Envy and Shad Gregory Moss is being called out for Monday, and Kanye West is also being called out for his dubious actions. That and more on the nitty-gritty with Smooth Smitty.
All right, stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, Republican presidential candidate Chris Krispy Kreme Donut Christie, hey, you guys say that a few times, right? That's a good tongue twister. Well, anyway, he compared Agent Orange and his allies to the fictional Corleone family from The Godfather. Why do you ask? Well, there was additional charges filed against Dumbo Dumps for attempting to delete security camera
Hey everybody,
footage
thanks for
after
joining
the
my
Justice
live. It's the
Department had
Weekend
issued a
Review with
subpoena
Smooth
for it.
Smitty from the Motor
Nine
City,
employees
your
of
girl
Donald Trump
Cotton
told the
Campbell,
Justice
Ron
Department that
Hamilton,
they were ordered
and
deleted
Ebony
by the angry
Eyes.
cream orange popsicle himself. Guys, always messing
You
up,
can
right?
listen to
And Kanye West, the 21st Judicial Committee is facing
www.wrjr,
accusations of fraud and malfeasance. Now, the word malfeasance to me is one of those $10 words that I had to look up
www.wrjrnetwork.com.
because I thought it meant poop by a male. But no,
You can
that
listen
word
there too.
means wrongdoing, especially by a public official. So Kanye committee is being accused of some pretty serious crimes.
Ooh.
I don't know, Kanye may have a future in politics after all. Alicia Agula Cook, also known as Alicia Key, had to explain to her son Genesis that the pasties on her boobies were appropriate. Now the young captain of the obvious hit her with, "You're a mother," and then instructed her on how she should give a demure church clap when performing on stage. Other than not the babes, right? And DJ Envy from Breakfast Club is facing lawsuits alleging real estate fraud. Envy and his partners are accused of taking off with $1.5 million in investments for a planned 50-unit apartment project called the Taylor Apartments. Now, the suit alleges that Envy and his partners disappeared with the money. Shout out to Jimmy Walker. Money. You remember when he used to say that on his commercials? Well, anyway, without following up on the project, calling it a Ponzi scheme, DJ Envy and his accomplices cited because of COVID-19 as a potential reason for the delay in the project. And Bow Wow, government name Chad Gregory Moss, is also being sued for $15,000 after the Bounce With Me rapper was paid $3,000 to do a track for a Tennessee man's 10-year-old daughter who liked to spit verses. Bow Wow took the cheese and ghosted the pair without delivering his verse. Bow Wow's always goes a mess. And listen, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that as of today, that Black Panther turns 57 years old today, in the comic world, of course. He was co-created by Jack Kirby, who was also responsible for Captain America for Marvel Comics. So, softest voice, why did all the pictures come out dark at Black Panther's birthday party the other night?
All right. Okay, we're having technical issues.
Well,
I froze. I froze. But let me say this, Smitty. I see you trying to get me. They forgot to invite the Flash.
Damn. She knew the punchline. It wasn't that easy. It wasn't that obvious.
Yes.
Well, she's right. They forgot to invite the Flash. And that's it with the nitty gritty with Smooth Video. We can talk about some of these subjects now. Whatever caught you guys' interest, let's talk about it. Ain't that something you used to say, Kottyn? Let's talk about
I
it.
still say that. Let's talk about it.
You still say that?
I
Okay.
still say
I'll
that.
send you a check.
1999.
So, hey, what do you guys think about Bow Wow? About what he did with that 10-year-old girl taking her money?
Welcome to the industry.
That's true, right?
Right, that's how it goes.
Welcome to the world. Real.
Why is an industry like that, though? Why are they always taking money? You know, this is beyond my understanding, man. Why do they always do that and everything, you know? And then, like, DJ Envy, but he got enough money. Well, you know, this was alleged, you know, because he has been, you know, talking about that his real estate business on the air all the time, and it seems like he's making a lot of money. But what you think that him and his partners really did take 1.5 million investments? You think that's part of the game or what?
I don't know. I was shocked when I heard that news. I'm like, really? And you know, my thing is, if you know, any type of entertainment, if you're on the spotlight, you shouldn't be doing no shit like that. First of all, you know, because you know, when you're in the spotlight, you are under the magnifying glass. You're not even under the magnifying glass. You're under a telescope,
Right.
pretty much. You know, and yeah, so I'm sure that you know I don't know. I mean, I'm really shocked about that.
Well, Avon, could it be something like no matter how often you cross the T's and dot your I's, that somehow you could get sued regardless,
Yeah.
right? Because they're saying that the reason why this project wasn't completed was because of COVID-19, right? And that's and that's why this project never came to fruition.
My father always told me if a person looks hard enough, no matter how innocent you are, they're gonna find something.
Always.
Right. So I mean, especially more so with social media, because at one time you could turn the off switch, with television before social media. People can have you can be on your site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't get a break from it. You don't get a break from it. But television entertainment at one time before computers, you had a break. There was still a shroud of mystery, in your life. But people are looking to make a name for themselves. I mean, whether it's in your favor or against your favor.
Right.
So
absolutely.
yeah, you got to be careful.
Thank you for joining my live. It's the weekend review.
Somebody's on.
It's your girl Kottyn Campbell, Smitty from the Motor City, Ron, and the Ebony Eyes. Thanks for joining my live, you guys.
Yeah. Gave me a Spice Crossfire, man, and they think they can make a penny off of you no matter what.
Right.
Certainly, but they're going to try.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because remember at one time, the worst thing we had was the Inquirer. Matter of fact, has anybody heard about the Inquirer anymore? I haven't heard nothing about the Inquirer anymore.
It's still around. It's still around.
Because social media is the Inquirer on steroids.
It's still around.
What do you think? Anything in journalism that on print is old news now because of that.
Right.
I haven't seen an Inquirer newspaper in years.
Oh yeah, I used to put them up, so they're still around.
It's still around.
Yeah, I was putting them up right before I started doing this, so yeah, they're still around.
Are they still popular? Are they being sold?
Yeah,
well,
the Globe, the Inquirer, and all them little funky little fake news stuff. Yes, people still buy that stuff.
And what was your slogan?
Want to know?
Yeah. So it's more. I mean, it's social media all day, every day. You can't get a break from it anymore. So we gotta be careful when they say about Big Brother. That's a part of Big Brother.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can put that on the table with Big Brother for real.
Yeah. Well, what about Kottyn? I know you got something to say about our girl Alicia Keys, with the pasties on her boobies, and her son is telling her, "Hey, mommy, you shouldn't come on stage like that." Go ahead. I know this is your platform. Go for it, Kottyn.
I mean, because her son said something, I think that instead of her saying that and technically it's her performance, but look, Miss Alicia Keys, Miss Alicia Keys, if you gonna stop wearing makeup, stop wearing pasties, okay?
That's right.
Ooh.
Damn.
Tired.
Damn, that's like boom, baby.
Just saying.
Ooh, somebody get a water hose to douse these flames.
But I'm pretty sure her son would rather her wear makeup and not pasties. I'm pretty sure he would prefer that. But this is your son talking to you. This ain't another man. This is your son who's going to grow to be a man who's talking to you. So you got to respect that.
Yeah.
I had so much respect for Alicia Keys when she first came out. You thought, you just knew she was going to shoot to the top. And I was looking forward to her being like the next Patrice Rushen, because she got so much talent. But I don't know. It seemed like that she just little lost. I don't know. Great singer, great producer, composer. Go ahead, Smitty. What was you saying?
No, I was just going to say at her age, so she shouldn't have lost it all. She's matured in this entertainment world. And she's not exact a young girl. She's not like a farmer, but she's got to be in her 40s, pushing 50 at this point, right?
Right. Yeah, you would think that, you would grow up on that, but, hey, Sometimes it's not even. It's you are at the mercy of Hollywood, especially any contract that you sign. That's why they call it a contract. Okay, you at the mercy. You got to do what they tell you to do. Sleep when they want you to sleep. Shit when they tell you to shit, and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And basically, that's what's going on.
That sounds like the military.
That
that sounds like the military.
Yeah. Well, basically, I'm gonna cut you off, Evan. But I mean, if y'all actually was able to look at the contracts that they be presenting to these actors and performers and singers and stuff, you wouldn't believe half the stuff they're saying.
Oh, I would.
You wouldn't.
I surely would.
Yeah, well, we're moral. You know what I'm saying? We got morals. So yeah, you can believe it, but I mean, it's a lot of people that will. Hell, they put that contract in front of you. What you gonna do? They're gonna jump out and sign it because it's a once in a lifetime and they make it seem. That's what they make it seem so appealing. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for you. You'll never get it again. Go ahead, Anthony. I'm sorry about cutting you off.
No, that's fine. But I was thinking too is that when it comes down to the entertainment industry, especially with these older school artists, and we can put Alicia Keys right in the old school because she has crossed over. They're doing more than they need to be relevant. Trying to be more sexy than they need to be because that's what's out right now. Sex is selling everywhere, except after a certain age, I think you were beyond that. You have to stick to what you know. But you see all the videos of Smokey Robinson out there doing pelvic thrusts, like what did he?
Oh my God, dude, let it go.
It continues. You see, Smokey done it. Genuine got caught doing it. All these old school.
No. You talking about Genuine? You go on and talk about Smokey Robinson if you gonna talk about Genuine, because Smokey Robinson was. I was like, what the hell?
I'm gonna say it because Genuine ain't got it no more. I mean, he was older. You can't do it.
Smokey ain't got it either.
He did look crazy though, didn't he?
Smokey ain't got it, and he was throwing it all over the place, and I was like, oh my God.
And we need to sit our old school people down and tell them knock it off. We don't do that.
But wait a minute. Is it possible that women in his generation might have enjoyed that little piece of entertainment? And is that even possible?
I'm gonna throw my depends up on stage on you, baby.
The women in his heyday, they're not the ones on They probably went to the concert. They probably paid for it. I get it. I would be like that with Prince. Prince could have been 80 years old, and I still would have been at that concert. I get it.
I gotta ask.
But
I gotta ask Ron. I gotta ask you, Ron. Did Mother Hampton see that performance?
Who? Mother Hampton.
Mother Hamilton, your mom.
Oh no, I don't know. She probably. I know my mother. She be like, "Oh, I go in there. You need to go sit down."
I would love to hear her opinion if she did see that.
My mother saw it, and
she did.
Okay, let me tell you, she was like, "What in the hell?" And that was her theology. She said he didn't pelvic thrust in his heyday.
I was about to say that, but that's the thing. He didn't do that back then, and he was still sexy. Like Smokey Robinson is sexy today without all of the thrusting. Genuine looks good, still without the pony riding. Like you ain't got to ride the pony no more. It's we good. Don't do it.
Yeah. I just think that, I'm just glad that he didn't dislocate a hip when he did that move.
Right.
Anyway, we'd like to hear from you. WRJRJams with a Z at Gmail. WRJRJams with a Z at Gmail. And Smitty, go ahead and wrap it up.
Well, that's it. That's the nitty gritty with Smooth Smitty. I had a great time, guys. Let's move on.
All right, stand by. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, WRJR is your connection when it comes to the back. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back,
hey guys, thanks for joining my live. It's your girl, Kottyn Campbell.
Stay, don't go away. This is the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review here at Sage for All Things.
With Ebony Eyes. Hey, Nicholas Walker.
Observation. He didn't do that back then. Why is he doing it now?
He did it.
Okay. All right, stand by, stand by, stand by. It is getting lively in here, and now it is time for sipping tea. All right, stand by. All right, round and round the spin. It goes where it stops. Nobody knows. Go ahead, Ebony.
Oh no. Okay, sipping tea. Let's talk about it. Gosh, I don't even know what to say. There's so many things that's happened. So we have not mentioned Sinead O'Connor, her passing.
Oh, yeah.
To give her righteous due. I'm sorry, that broke my heart. She was a pillar. To me, when she came out, when I first heard her music, it would have meant something to me. Her voice was so different at the time, and her look was so different. For a woman to just shave her hair off and sing the way she did. There's so many, as a young girl, I remember feeling like, oh yeah. I was definitely very sad to hear of her passing. And that goes to my statement. There's not a lot
Thank
of people
you
that
so
can
much.
sing
I
a great
appreciate
song, and I don't feel completely
I'm glad I'm not
offended.
ugly.
But nothing compares.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
actually
it
like her version
a lot.
than Prince's
I appreciate
version. That's
it.
saying a lot.
Thank you for joining my
but
live, sir.
I don't feel like, we need to give her her flowers because not a lot of people said enough when she passed. That broke my heart.
Yeah, I give props to it too. Very different. I loved her version too. I really did. I enjoyed that. That was like, her version was the first one I heard, and I'm like, okay, well, it's been cemented with her, even though Prince wrote it,
Yeah.
But yeah. But that's one thing Prince ain't doing. I mean, I think Prince even said something. He was up in his 50s talking about that. He stopped wearing the booty pants. So I think Smokey Robinson and Genuine need to follow suit on that. He's a 50-something-year-old man.
Hello, Nicholas Walker. If I didn't say that, let me say it again. Hello, Nicholas Walker. Thanks for joining my live.
I want to talk about
Savin, thank you for joining my live. I appreciate it.
I can remember, but
You better stop.
when she sabotaged her career, when she was on the way up, what she did was she was on Saturday Night Live, and she had a picture. She did a performance, had a picture of the Pope, and tore it up to make a statement. And it was like people lost their mind. You know what, Ron? Honestly, I didn't know the Pope had people love the Pope that much. I just thought he was just some guy on church, right? But man, everybody lost their mind over that, man. Yeah. People were burning her albums, and they had started having these marches. Yeah. And
they was burning her house.
Wow.
They did it publicly too.
Wow.
Yeah. It was all over the place. But she definitely made a statement. That's for sure.
Yeah,
because I mean, come on, Pope is a religious figure. I wouldn't mess with him, even if you disagree with it.
Yeah.
Because it's cemented into the fabric of the world.
But what's crazy about that is people say that you have the freedom of speech, and then tell you can't say things like you can't say and do that. What? I'm confused.
Yeah, you have the freedom of speech until it offends me.
Yeah. Of course, if I'm offended by it, you can never say that again, ever. Like, don't be talking about Beyonce. Don't, because we got a problem.
Right.
That's what, and I believe
we don't have a problem. Right?
It's about to go down. It's getting hot in here. Turn on the fan, somebody.
That's a good thing to say. Like lawyers.
Right.
Like say for example, you got somebody that murdered somebody in cold blood. It's on video. The whole world sees it, but he's innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And I think that's why the justice system is the way it is. Because it's like lawyers are nothing but good arguers. That's all they do. Debaters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we see what's going on, just like O.J. Simpson. He got acquitted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He got acquitted, but he didn't get away with it.
It doesn't happen often, but it happened.
He didn't get away with it, but he got acquitted. He didn't get away with it though.
Right. But exactly. But according to law, it's an open and shut case. He's innocent. But
True.
The world saw it. The world knows. The evidence is out there. Like I said, that's what lawyers do. So Anything is debatable. Anything is argument. You know,
Well,
just like the cameras, the body cams that police wear. You see what's going on, but there's something to it. Always, it's always something. Some strings attached to it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. That's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
You know, but that can be argued too.
Well, I think what it is too is our laws were written in a different era than and things that it don't fit no more. And I think some laws have to be updated. The innocent until proven guilty, but is that a thing? Like, that's not a thing, especially, and it hurts people. And a law that was written to provide us equal, fair share, and we're dealing now with crime so heinous that it don't fit.
Right.
Like, we have people, like the article you read, that man killed that woman and her unborn kid and killed them and left her on the side of the road. That type of thing wasn't happening like that when that law was written, and now it is. So how do that law doesn't help no more. So now that woman's family is in agony because, like, when I went through what I went through with my daughter and my ex who hurt her, the hardest thing is to hear the DA talk about, well, we're trying to get a plea deal and trying to negotiate, and I didn't understand negotiate. Why are we negotiating when he didn't negotiate my daughter's innocence? Like, that wasn't a thing. But he still has the, innocent until proven guilty, and he has rights and laws, even though he's admitted to crimes. Like,
that part.
A law that was written to help is actually now hurting. We're not updating our laws.
Right. That part.
And anything in law, they will reverse or they'll take out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like nothing is consistent here in this country because, like I said, you got two sides of the coin, and they're always bickering, and that's what they get paid for. To argue politicians and stuff like that, and it's like, anything that they bring in, they're going to take out, next Democrat, next president or whatever, official politician is going to reverse everything, so nothing stays the same. It's back and forth. And that's why we keep going through this shit of stuff coming back, racism, white supremacy, and all this other stuff, because nothing is made final. Nothing is final in this country, right down to the core.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And it's sad. It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't be a lot. It wouldn't be a lot of shit that's going on right now. It wouldn't be happening if things were permanent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or modify the law, or change the law. But people want to. Okay, we want to take this away from them. We gonna do this and we gonna do that. Instead of you coming together and agreeing upon something, everything is so fucking bipartisan. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. People just don't these days they don't care enough. So there you go.
Yeah.
With that.
Well, a lot of people feel like if it don't affect them, then they don't think it's my family. I see that just in my own circle of people. If you're talking about a story that if it's not their family, then they don't concern themselves with it. Why does things have to change? They're not making a fuss about stuff until it happens to you.
Yeah.
Once you experience it, then you want everybody to get behind you. But in the meantime,
you don't care.
If it don't involve you, then there's nothing to get upset about.
Yeah.
Me, I'm passionate about pedophile and how we treat them. That's a passion of mine. I feel like going to a monument about that to the White House and take it up there. And because I realize if you're not looking at every child as your child, then it's never gonna end. There's never gonna be.
And that's a very touchy subject as well, because it could go. It's such a wide range. I did a study on that, and it's so broad. It's just when I started reading it, I was just like, okay, my brain can't handle all of this, trying to understand, all of this stuff, because I won't go into that, but yes, it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with at the same time. So.
And you know what we're missing? We're missing that sense of community. You know what I'm saying? Just like, we look out for our children. Of course, we don't look out for our children, but we also look out for other people's children. We don't have that anymore. It's sad, and that's the way things change. And with everything that's going on in the world, where you got the alphabet people and more communities and stuff, and instead of us coming together, there's more division than ever. more division than ever, even at the root between, I mean, because, the first division was black and white.
Yeah.
Now you got transsexual, you got the LGBT community, and they're divided, and they're divided among us, from others, and from others, and from others. So there's a lot of division going on here when everybody should be getting together and recognizing who the real culprit is.
Right.
But wait, can I say something about on the lines of that? I know you don't. But did y'all see the video where the transgender person was talking about women can't own having a period? Like, that's not ours.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, are you kidding me?
What?
Come on.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, if you want that, you can have it. Because we don't want it.
Look,
Right.
I've been watching this Ted, what's his name? Not Ted, I can't think of his name. Anyway, they're on a committee and they're talking about transgenderism and different things. And he asked the question, what's the point of women's sports if we're now opening to have biological, like people born as men, being able to cross over into women's sport? If there's no difference in men and women, why do we have women's sports and men's sports? Like,
Right.
if it doesn't matter. And the reality is you're not seeing any trans men trying to enter into men's sports because they recognize that they are not capable of competing on a male level.
Right.
You don't see
Right.
that. But you have transgender women as men trying to be women and now entering into women's sports. You only hear it that way. You don't hear it the other way.
Yeah, haven't
And
not.
they're not talking about that.
Just like that one man that got a sex change operation. And he was an athlete. I think he played basketball. They said he was terrible. But then when he got with the women, he killed him. Of course.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, right, exactly. That, and you make a great, excellent point, Ebony. I'm like, hell, if that's the case, then why don't we just let men and women compete against each other?
Right.
Just hell, make it
But you know what the thing about it is?
fall.
But that's the thing. Even going with that one, it's a problem because the only sport that will be eradicated is women's sports.
Right.
Nothing can happen in NBA, but everything will go wrong with WNBA. Nothing would happen with women's tennis, with men, but everything will change for women's sports. And that's the part that is so unfair that no one's looking at it because they want to be called women and given the same rights as women and do everything women. Look, I'm the first one to let anybody do what they want to be. I don't have a problem, but your right to be who you want doesn't mean I have to, my whole life has to be altered. I now can't compete. I now can't be in the sports I want to be into because of your right to be.
Yeah.
They should have transgender sports. They should have a whole different team.
I agree. And think about the time vested. These women invested their time. Years. Gymnastics. You know what I'm saying? Track. Swimming. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they invested a big part of their life because this is what they want to do. This is their passion. And all of a sudden, here they come. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right. It's not right.
Did you see that one where that transgender woman beat the snot out that female boxer? Did you see that?
No.
It was, oh my goodness, you have to look it up. It was literally beat the snot out of this woman and then says, I'm coming for the women or something like he. Man, this person, clearly you could tell is transgender, voice as deep as a man's, because it's a man, and entered into a woman's boxing ring and literally pummeled the crap out of this woman.
Wow.
And they allowed that.
That's crazy.
So, let me chime in here. It was something I thought about, though I listened to you guys and everything. Something that came to my mind was I was thinking that women can compete with men as long as it's not contact sports, right? For example, I remember back in the day, you guys remember Billie Jean King when she was played tennis, was the male against female, well, this tennis guy named Bobby something, I can remember his name, his last name, like that, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking like there's certain sports that women really can compete with, and if they can't compete now, if they were to play these now that evolutionally that their game would get better if they're competing with males with non-contact sports. I ain't talking about boxing and wrestling. I'm talking about like tennis, maybe even basketball. Like that.
I disagree. And the reason I disagree, I'm not saying that a woman can't beat a man. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, even like in swimming, where it's not contact, but they were talking about that. Men, they have, like they were saying, even their throat is bigger. They can hold their breath. It's something that's biological men that come natural to a man that don't come natural to a woman. The whole reason of separating men and women's sports on all levels is because there are vast differences in our body structure that will make it. And they were saying something like in running, that the number one runner and her number, that was the top number of all women, have been beat by 1,200 men. 1,200 men passed that score, that time, where only one female had did it.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that evolution, as time goes on, we change, guys, right? That's why we're faster. The fast man now got one of the fastest guys, say, like 25 or 30 years ago. You see what I'm saying? Evolution is always happening with human beings and everything, right? And I could see that a time when women probably could compete in non-contact sports with men. I'm just saying, us evolution is probably going to deem that.
I think another thing that really played a factor is the thing that played a factor in it is like Ultimate Fighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now you're desensitized to watch this transsexual man beat down a woman. That's not acceptable. It's not acceptable.
And that
like
woman,
you said, no, go ahead.
No, and that woman that's talking about the period, that transsexual, she does her people a big disservice and everything. And a lot of transsexual women are saying that, like, what is she talking about? Why does she make this look bad? I think this lady was just trying to get some attention in actuality. That's what I think.
All right. Okay. We got to hear from y'all. WRGR Jams with a Z Gmail. WRGR Jams with a Z Gmail. We got one more minute. Go ahead.
Nicholas Walker, who's listening from the live, said most of those guys were terrible when competing with men, and it's easier for them to compete with women. It's about the fame.
Exactly what I said. Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. Okay, well, I hear from you, WRGR Jams with a Z Gmail, WRGR Jams with a Z Gmail. Thank you for your comments, sir. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to close the show. We're going to come back with the second half. This is the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review on your state for all things. WRGR, stick and stay. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Great segment, y'all. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yes. All right.
Woo!
We got to talk about whatchamacallit, Kottyn, about, what we did over the weekend.
How much time do I have?
All right, stand by. All right. WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best in all things. You can catch us on social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, Reddit, Glass FM, TikTok.
Hey guys, thanks for joining my live. This is your girl Kottyn Campbell. This is the Weekend Review
No mistake about it. This is the one.
Smitty from Motor City, Ebony Eyes, Ron Hamilton, and myself, your girl Kottyn Campbell.
Radio, comments, questions, suggestions, WRJR Jam.
We talk about everything.
If there is a topic you would like for us to discuss, let us know about it. Drop us a line, leave a comment. Go to the website at the official WRGR website at the WRGRnetwork.com. That's the WRGRnetwork.com. Make a donation. WRGR runs on 100% other people power, which means we couldn't do this without you. So please make a donation. If you made one already, please make another one. We thank you for your continued support at the WRGRnetwork.com. The WRGRnetwork.com, as always, it is a pleasure with my crew here. Like to thank the lovely lady, the softest voice in poetry, Miss Kottyn Campbell, Ebony Shantae Coleman, a.k.a. Mahogany Waters, and the guy from the city, Mr. Smooth Smitty. All right, y'all can catch us next Monday, and you can catch us. We're across where we across again. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on Spotify. We're on Audible. We're on Apple Radio. Apple Music. We're also on Amazon. Where else are we?
Oh, it's a lot. It's over 60. So we gonna leave y'all with those. You look us up.
All right. Yep. Definitely look us up, and you can also look up Let's Talk About It with Kottyn. Great show. Great show. All right, so on behalf, like I said, peace, God bless, stay safe, stay strong, and always from me to you, stay smooth. Kottyn.
Hey, thanks for joining us today. You know, my motto, peace, love, and loyalty.
Ebony.
Hey, y'all. Have a good evening. Thank you for joining.
And of course, go ahead.
Well, you know, if I don't see you around, I'll see you square. I'll catch you later.
We're out. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. Great show, y'all. Good. Okay. Part two. All right, say bye.
We're having fun, y'all. We're having fun.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Second half, we got the candy shop. We got the jam of the week. Check up from the neck up. And, of course, we got FL Feeling, a new segment I'm adding. I'm Ron Hamilton. This is the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review Part 2 for the date of 7/31/2023. Let's get it. And bye.
Love that energy.
Thank you for joining my live, everybody. It's the girl. This is the second half of the weekend review with the girl, Kottyn Campbell, Ebony Eyes, Smooth Smitty, and Ron Hamilton.
Say what's up to my crew. Joining me, as always, the co-host of the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review. We got the lovely Kottyn Candy Campbell, softest voice and poetry. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hey, everybody.
And we got my girl, number 2, my COO, the lovely Mahogany Waters, joining us, Ebony Shantae Coleman. What's going on, girl? How you doing?
Hey, y'all. I'm good. How are you?
And last but not least, we got the man from the Motor City, Mr. Smooth Smitty. What's up, Smitty?
Man, I'm barely making it, man. I wish my social security check hurry up and come. I think it'll be here Tuesday. But dude, man, I'm gonna go to Red Lobster. I'm some lobster. What do you think about that?
Ooh. Don't forget to have the cheesy biscuits.
He treating. We all gotta go. He treating.
Bring me some cheesy biscuits.
All right. Oh, cheddar biscuits.
Cheddar biscuits.
No.
He'll let you know
water.
You can have a
like cheddar water.
With crumbs.
That's all I can afford.
With cheddar crumbs. He'll let you know WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best in all things. And we are having a blast here. This show, last over the weekend with my co-host, Miss Kottyn Campbell, we brought back King's Groove. We were talking about sex and relationships. Go ahead, take your Kottyn.
We did. It was amazing. I enjoyed it. Y'all know I love talking relationship stuff. And Ron asked a great question about should you go Dutch or should the man pay? You know my answer, right? Y'all know my answer, right? I said go Dutch. Go Dutch. Because...
Whoa.
Okay, go ahead, because I'm gonna tell them. Go ahead.
Real quick, because I feel like a lot of women out there are using men for a meal. So if the first date we just you pay your way, I pay my way, we cool, and then he can see possibly what some of the intentions are. If she offers to pay, that's even better. because now you know that her intentions are not just to use or abuse the situation, because nobody wants to be misused at the end of the day. That was my.
Okay. Well, my point of view is, I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's customary for the man to pay for the first date. You know, so I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem doing that. Now, if we going Dutch, okay, you know. But my thing is, if you gotta go Dutch, then you don't have enough, pretty much. You know, but if that's something that she agrees upon to do, okay. But I think to me, it's customary for the man to pay the first, pay for the first date, pay for dinner. What do you think about that, Evan?
I feel like, just like Smitty was talking about evolution, I feel like we definitely have evolved. Because on one hand, you have, the old school man who's like alpha male. They feel they ego is threatened if the woman busts out her wallet while they out and about. So I think it just depends on the two people that we're talking about. Because for me personally, on a first date, I'm with Kottyn on that. Let me go ahead and take care of myself, because I don't want I don't want to send the wrong message, nor do I want him to think he's getting something after, because that's not the case either. So first date, definitely. But I have a whole theology on dating anyway. But first date has to be, I would say, go Dutch. Definitely.
Okay. Honestly, I mean, it ain't even. I mean, to me, I think that ego can be, I don't know, kind of childish. I mean, if you are really, fully mature about stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. To me, I just think it's customary that a man pays, takes care of the first date. And it's not even about what you're expecting. I don't expect nothing on the first date. I don't want to expect anything on the first date, because if you're doing that on the first date, then you're giving it to whoever or everybody. You know what I'm saying? But no, don't expect nothing on the first date. I don't expect nothing on the first date.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And to have the conversation,
You're not giving up the ass on the first date?
Who, me?
You.
I am not that type of guy. No, I am not.
But there's nothing wrong with that. This is the thing. If he offers to pay, I love a guy that doesn't mind paying for the first date. I don't mind it at all. I want to be the woman. I don't want to be the dominating person in this situation. I want to be in the position of being the woman and prissy and girly and all of that, and being pampered. We love that. But with this day and age, it just ain't like it used to be. Because I'm sure Ebony probably heard it too. Our girlfriends and some of our female friends are sitting around saying, "Yeah, I'm about to use this NIGGA for a meal, and then if I get a chance, then he gonna have to buy my kids something too if she got kids." That's the thing. It's like, so you don't want him to feel no type of way. So as a woman, if you say, "Babe, I got it, I'll pay," and he says, that's not what we're gonna do. Even if I don't see you after today, I got this.
Right.
We like, wait a minute now, you might get some tomorrow.
That's something right there. That's something right there. We getting married after this. Right. After this.
That's also brownie points for the man too. Even though you're not looking for brownie points, you know what I'm saying? But some guys expect, what some women expect too. So it goes both ways.
Right.
It does. Or even more so if she says, you ain't gotta buy me nothing. You know what? I'm a cook. How about you come over, just bring some wine, and I'll cook you something. Even with that, like, that's an even great gesture as well. But a lot of these ladies these days, or these women, these females these days, that's not what they offering. They offering up the ASS before they offering up anything else. So
you can say it.
I think, and I said it before on the show too. I think it's because, so for so many years, you think back as thinking back to when seeing my grandma with my grandfather, and seeing that being a woman was like a second class citizen. Like, you didn't get the benefits. A lot of women are getting mistreated. My grandma suffered from severe depression, tried to kill herself quite a few times in that relationship, because My grandfather, his whole theology was keep his wife barefoot and pregnant. She had 13 children. Um,
Damn.
she worked. She was depressed because life was not about her. Then my mom, I think my mother get physically abused and told she was too strong and just mistreated. And then so here I am growing up and I'm seeing all of this. So I think we fight for that independence and freedom, but we just went all the way to the other side of the spectrum. But we didn't
Absolutely.
do
Thanks
too
for
much
joining my
to
live,
improve our
everybody. This is the
relationships.
second half of the weekend review.
So I think it's
And we're
just
talking a
how
little
to
relationship
balance,
talk right now. So you can join in the
um,
conversation,
being able to be vulnerable and soft and gentle and feminine,
www.thewrjrnetwork.com.
but also setting boundaries to protect our heart as well, healthy boundaries. It's a struggle.
Absolutely. We'd like to hear from you. WRGRJams with a Z at Gmail. WRGRJams with a Z at Gmail. You want to add to it, Smitty?
Yeah, thank you. Because I was wondering if you guys forget about me. I did want to chime in on this here, right? And that's all I want to say
hold on, man. Who's that? Who's that? Go ahead, bro. Who's that man? Who's that? What's his name?
All right, stupid. All right, anyway.
Smooth Smitty. That's Smooth Smitty. Smooth Smitty.
That, men, no, men, our lives has changed over the years, right? There was a time where men worked and women stayed home.
Yeah.
It's like Ebony was saying, her mother, grandmother had 13 kids who stayed home, right? And so forth, right? So it was really truly up to the man to take that woman out and show her a good time because he had the cash. He's trying to win her over for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we were doing. Ron, you know that. We used to think that to get the finest woman, you had to have the finest car, you had to have the best job, you had to have all these things.
That's true.
Everything, whatever, right? But times has changed now, brother. Women are working. Women are making more money than most men are nowadays. You know that? Because they're more educated. You know, they get hired quickly. They're not as big of a threat in this business world and everything. People are more comfortable with women. Well, our black asses, when we go up and everything, they're trying to protect their women from us and everything. Because they think all we think about is sex or whatever like that. That's why our asses is always falling back behind. And that's why we need our sisters to look out for us as much as we need to look out for them too as well. Right. So now things is that if I go out with a lady and she shows me something like maybe I'll pick the restaurant. And she picked up this big, nice ass restaurant, and I'm $200 for a slice of bread and some expensive cheese and wine and everything. I'm pissed. Almost something like that happened to me. You know, a little like that happened, right? And that showed me I did not need that woman. I came across another woman, right? And she said what Ebony said. Let me fix dinner for you on the first date. You know, everything, right?
Yeah.
And
Okay, I like
that was focused. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And guess what happened? I married that woman.
Okay. All right, okay.
That's right. See?
She was really looking out for my pockets and for myself. You know what I mean? Right. And everything. She was trying to break me, trying to get me to go thing. And that's what attracted me to her and everything, you know. And as you know, Ferry, she was in the business world and she had a great income and all that stuff, whatever. She didn't flash in front of me. She did none of those things, right? The only thing she was showing me was, you know, I don't need no fancy dinner. I don't need to take you out. I got my own stuff and everything. Let me fix you dinner. So anyway, that's how I look at that.
Women like Farrah. What? Farrah. Oh yeah, her best friend.
That's my sister.
Her sister's best friend. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah. I was like, huh?
Yeah. But you know, this raises another question too. I would like to propose to the people out there. Men, address it to the men. How do you feel if your woman was making more than you? Let us know about that. Line 312-210-3710, 312-210-3710, or get in touch with Kottyn. So the question is, gentlemen, are you intimidated if your significant other is making more money than you?
Are you intimidated if your significant other is making more than you? Fellas, are you intimidated by her making more money than you?
Go ahead, Kottyn, can you hear you? What you say?
I'm speaking to the audience to reiterate your question.
Okay, all right, y'all. Well, we'd like to hear from you. WRGRJams with a Z Gmail. WRGRJams with a Z Gmail. Okay, and now it is time for Candy Shop. All right, stand by. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, it's your girl Cotton Candy, as Ron always says. I am the candy shop lady. I'll take you to the candy shop for one taste of what I've got. Yeah, I don't know why I don't ever get that opening. That's my song right there. I love me some 50 Cent now. But today in the candy shop, I'm going to give y'all a little treat today. But first, before I give you the treat, so you got to stay tuned to get the treat. I got treats today, okay? Verbal treats. Don't play. Verbal treats. This is a PG show, okay?
She give it and she take it away.
Real quick. I'm an Indian giver. So, what I wanted to talk about today, y'all are very familiar with this lovely couple, Jen and Ben. They just celebrated their 1-year anniversary, and I wanted to talk about them today because they have been this talk for so long. They broke up. You know, now they're back together. So they broke up for, I want to say that they said 15 years. It's been a long time. And, wow. But they got married last year, July the 16th, in Sin City, here in Las Vegas, at Caesar's Palace, at a place near Caesar's Palace. Let me rephrase. So it wasn't at Caesar's Palace. So they actually got married. So 20 years ago, they were supposed to get married. It's been 20 years. And they didn't. They fell apart. She married somebody else. I don't know what he was doing because I wasn't following him. I really wasn't following her, but she was always in the limelight because she married this person, married that person, was with this person. She moves on really quickly, I think. I don't know if it's just they're reporting it late or that she moves really fast. Like, I just feel some type of way about her because she moves so fast. It ain't really my business, but that's just how I feel about J-Lo. And I've always been I always kind of like J-Lo. So, but the fact that she's moved on so fast, but apparently they're very happy together. They didn't have a big extravagant wedding, of course. They stopped into one of the little places here in Las Vegas and they did their nuptials. How about that? How do y'all feel? Like, how do y'all feel about J-Lo and getting back together? Do y'all even care? Y'all don't care?
I'm really happy for them. I thought that was amazing. Because you don't see that most high. The only other person that's limelight that I think did that was like Sinbad in his life. But other than that, like, that means y'all fix it and work through it and get back together. You realize there's nothing out there in that world. If you find somebody, there's problems, and they probably had them. But to find their way back to each other, I'm for it.
What about you?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but I'm happy that they're, you find happiness. So I'm happy for them. I really am. I'm truly happy for them. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you, Smitty?
I'm cut from the same cloth from Ron saying, but I want to point out too that I think that the Ben and Jen relationship is really a woman's relationship, and what I meant by that is that they appreciate that more than say a fellow would, right? Because they stuck through all these years, and Jen, she was bouncing back and forth, but then she got the man that she really truly wanted, right? I want to really appreciate that, right? Us men, we kind of like, what kind of relationship men would look like, Ron, that we say, oh, that's cool, maybe Steve Harvey, and his woman, maybe, I don't know, certainly not Will Smith and Jada, but the Jen and Ben, though, I see why you appreciate that, though. I really do, because it keeps hope alive, right? I mean, it makes you feel really good that something like that to last over the years of going through all kind of trials and tribulations, and finally, you got your man. You go, girl, right?
And I think they set a good example for Hollywood as well too, showing that you can, endure, reconcile, and get back together. Because you hear so many marriages breaking up in Hollywood, and they never getting back, and they moving on down the line.
Hey, Kottyn, got a question. Who has the ultimate relationship? I know you like Ben and Jim, but who of the best relationships out there? Which is the one that makes you like, yeah, that's
What to say,
the one?
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
No, actually, no. It's Will Smith and Jada.
Will Smith and Jada.
You know why? Because they because they have put all of their crap out there. Mm-hmm. They put the good and they put the bad. Like, you've never seen what J-Lo and Ben went through. We don't know. We really don't know. We just know they broke up. We didn't see their trials and tribulations. We didn't see them together. They had to break apart and go their separate ways. And she had to marry somebody else and have kids. And I don't know what he was doing. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever.
Well, he was a mess. Ben was.
Yeah.
Drugs, rehab.
Oh, yeah. See, there you
gambling,
go.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Kottyn. I say that all the time with Will Smith and Jada. Because they not only because they put themselves out there, but the thing that got me about them was how they handled the situation of co-parenting with his ex.
Ooh, man.
Coming together and putting aside all feelings, because when you break up with people, there's the drama and all the extra, but to be able to put all that to the side and co-parent and be a part, like they go on family vacations, and she comes too, because you are a part of the family.
Yeah. To
exclude the child's mother, to me is immature, but to see that it's a working family unit and not just about what's happening in their home. And then they allow their children, and people have ridicule, but they allow their children to verbalize and vocalize their feelings, which is something about Black community we have always shut down. Kids never had a safe space.
Yeah.
You didn't have weren't allowed to have a thought or an opinion about the business of the home, and they allowed their children to express themselves, communicate, and let their voice be a part of the family. That alone always will make me respect the hell out of their family. People don't say what they want to because it's abstract thinking. Like, who does that? So they got to be weird. They got to be this. They got to be that. And they railed Jada instead of really looking at the situation.
Hey, Michael, thanks for joining my live.
I think their marriage is the best.
Yeah.
Right.
But
yes, Ron, let me cut you off. I just want to make a point before we move on real quick. What about you? What couple did you admire the most? And
who me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, I really can't say. I really don't pay too much attention to it. But the one that stands out to me is Will and Jada. I can say one thing. People are going to call something that they don't understand strange or weird anyway. You know what I'm saying? I can say one thing. After what they've been through and they put it out there in the public eye, that's a mature couple. Because I agree, they work through it. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what the public had to say about them, they still together. They still together. There's somebody out there for everything. Everybody, even though we may not understand it, I personally don't care too much for them, but they are together as a unit. They're sticking it out. And if you got a relationship like that,
because I don't want to hear that when I go back on. I've muted my call.
So let me tell you mine. Surprisingly, it's not Jada and Will Smith, even though I think they're excellent, though, right? But mine is
get you a paper
Barack
towel.
Michelle Obama, right?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about it, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. Because that was a power couple, right? And then I also have to say Beyonce and
Jay-Z.
Right, yeah, So anyway, it's because they're working together. And they're making moves together.
Yeah.
But my God, he became the president of the United States, a leader of the free world.
Yeah.
How can you not? I mean, that is an excellent power that the couple could do when they're on the same page and everything and so forth. Yeah. So
those are great. Those are great couples. Those other two, I love Jay-Z and Beyonce, and I love Michelle, but again, we've got to see Jada's and Will's their mishaps, and they put it on the table for us to see. So we know what they're working through, or at least some of what they're working through anyway.
And I'm going to cut you off. And I can say one thing about Obama and Michelle. We may not know what's going on within their household that they don't want to tell the public, but you can tell when they're together, they are happy.
Yeah.
Right. They love.
They are together. You know what I'm saying? They keep it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say that you've seen Michelle or Obama bickering about anything, not to the public.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they always held each other up. And
Yeah.
man, that's.
And you know, Ron, what's something else I like about them? You ever see them when they're like on the show together, right? Being interviewed. That's the way they look at each other and their body.
Yeah.
I mean, man, you know.
They definitely still into each other. That is no doubt.
Yeah.
I might be having some crazy sex.
I see sometimes when I look at the show, it look like he's saying, when I get you home, I'm gonna tear that ass up. And he's like. And she be looking just like I looked at Kottyn just did, right?
She like, ooh, yeah. I'm gonna get me something tonight. The only thing I didn't like, and the only thing I didn't like about it was the way that we tried to put the spin on it when they was at that opera, and Obama was sitting back with a white couple taking a picture, and they were trying to get Michelle Obama. She was looking forward, like she wasn't pleased, and they basically just tried to rip into him. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I have no respect for somebody that's gonna do something like that.
Yeah. And Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z and Beyonce have that same type of when you see them together, they have that look like, I know you just performed, but wait till you get home.
I've never seen them in an interview together. There are some out there.
No, not an interview. Just when they're out in public together, just or if he hits the stage with her, it turns into something else. Okay, I guess y'all won't get y'all's treat this time. Maybe next time, y'all. This your girl Kottyn Candy. Thanks for joining the candy shop.
Sorry. All right, y'all. We clear. Stand by. Great segment, y'all.
Yep.
All right. We're going to take our first break. We come back. It's the Jam of the Week right here on WRJR. This is being sponsored by Verge Lifestyle and Coach Magazine. Go to vergeonlinemag.com. Vergeonlinemag.com now. Stand by. I wasn't able to get O'Brien, so I'm going to play... actually Barry White, and it's in the spirit of what we just talked about. Never gonna give you up.
Practice what you preach.
What?
Oh no.
Practice what you preach. Are you on that one? Oh, okay. I can switch that.
That's a great song too. Cool. Yeah. I love all his songs, but that's one of the great ones. Hey Ron, let me ask you a question, buddy. Are we?
Hold on. I got the commercial in my ear. Give me 1 minute. I got like music and I got the commercial in my ear, so I'm
okay.
All right, say bye. WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best in all things. And now it is time for the Jam of the Week. Where's my there it is. There it is. Oops. Okay, and today's Jam of the Week, and keeping it in the spirit of the candy shop where we just talked about love and relationships. And check out King's Rule coming up in about another week. Let you know information on that. The Jam of the Week, we have Mr. the Maestro himself, y'all. We got a real good one from him, and the ladies requested this one by Barry White. This one's entitled "Practice What You Preach." Let's get y'all views on that. What y'all think about that song?
Man, when that song came out, I was sure wanted to be in love with somebody, but I wasn't. So I just was.
That voice of his is another thing. But he says that song, it was like, it just, I don't know, it just gave me feels. And I was a teenager, and it just gave me feels all the way around. Love it.
I like my Barry. Baby. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we gonna give you Barry White practice with your preach. This is the Jazz and Jazz Weekend Review on your six for all things WRJR. Take it away, Maestro.
So real quick, Nicholas Walker said, "Not at all. However, some women believe that because they make more money, they deserve more, and usually leave the guy." Regarding J-Lo, he said he don't care. Michael Gay stated that the Obamas never had any real drama. You never hear any real drama about the Obama children.
Oh, we got Michael Gay online? What?
Yes, we got him listening.
Hey, Ron, got a question.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to. Should I walk Sadie now, or we're gonna have a short show like we did last week, or what?
Well, let me see. We actually got 15 minutes left.
Okay.
Can you hold out to the end?
Yeah. It's 15 minutes.
Yeah. We're gonna go just over just a little because I was trying to stretch it out when we were, when we did the first half with the weekend wrap up, and then that's when we got more into the discussion. So I'm gonna reformat this. Yeah. Right. But I'm liking the structure, y'all. It's great. I'm like, it's a lot more free form, free form.
That always makes the best show when you're not really following the clock.
What you say?
I said, always going to turn out better when you're not following the clock. You can just kind of go have a structure, but not.
Right. Yeah, it was, to me, it was a little too rigid, even for me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we doing good, girl. I'm just gonna just tweak it. We're good. I'm gonna get Kottyn though. See, I thought she already had some stories.
She had a lot of them,
This is what entertainment.
And that was good.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
I just didn't have you didn't put me on entertainment, sir. So I didn't have 15 entertainment stories.
Okay, well we're gonna talk about that. That's a nice microphone, by the way.
This is not Let's Talk About It. Sorry. That show doesn't air for another couple weeks. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow, Todd. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Right. Oh, snap. Yeah, fine. Well, me and Smith, we gonna have our powwow. That's it. We gonna talk about
our powwow is gonna be like their powwow. I can tell you that right now.
It better not be.
It's a whole time different animal, buddy.
I love you guys. I really do.
Michael Gay says he always seeks interesting conversation. So, shout out to Michael Gay.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Shout out to Michael Gay, Nicholas Walker, Denise, Savin, and it's a whole bunch of other people that are listening. So
yeah, I'm gonna let you do that on the air.
Oh, I forgot about on the air.
Yeah, you gonna do the shout out. Barry White's playing right now.
Practice
you
what
sure
you
drinking
preach.
tea? You sure you drinking tea?
Yeah.
Right. You sure you drinking tea?
Milo's tea.
Yeah, I know how Milo get down too. So are you sure you drinking tea?
I'm sure I'm sipping tea.
Quit playing.
Y'all want to hear? How many minutes we got?
Oh man, we got a minute and 40.
Okay, so this was your
This is what I'm cracking. This is what I'm cracking open when I'm doing.
That's too much. So this was the treat, y'all. This was the treat. I'll let me know when it's getting closer. It shouldn't be a minute though. I love a patient man, one who knows he doesn't have to rush to get me into bed. I love his willingness to get to know me, hold me close, protect me. He's not overly anxious to open my legs, but his goal is to wed, make me his wife, create and build a life. He knows his sex is good. His love making is better. He understands that the love should come first. A friendship should exist. When I kiss his lips, it's something he will never forget. He desires more than just this moment. His patience turns me on. I'm attracted to his own unknown desire to create the fire that could be in him and in me. I love a patient man. One who understands that his slow motion can linger longer, last a lifetime, like slow wine in our own time, aged like fine wine, and it's priceless. I love a patient man.
I'm so wet.
I can't hear you. We're gonna start calling that food the sun.
Yeah,
All right.
there you go.
Okay, take up from the neck up. Coming up. Okay. WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best in all things. This is Jazz Jazz Weekend Review. And now it is time for the checkup from the neck up. All right, stand by. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey y'all, welcome to Check Up from the Neck Up. Today's topic, we're going to talk about self-forgiveness and the importance of it. It's such a sensitive topic, but something that's very close to my heart. Because when you're dealing with trauma and you've gone through the trauma, when you hear forgiveness, you think about forgiving someone that's wronged you, or if you're forgiving yourself, maybe it's something that you actually did wrong. But sometimes it's forgiving ourselves for how we respond to our own trauma. We feel guilty that it happened, and we do take a lot of that blame onto our backs, and we hold it in our chest, and we don't talk about it, or how it made us feel, and we hold on to it, and then we belittle ourselves, we become unkind to ourselves, we mistreat ourselves, and it's not always so obvious to everybody. It's more internal. So forgiving yourself, the definition I looked into it, it says forgiving yourself is about more than just putting the past behind you and moving on. It's about accepting what has happened and showing compassion to yourself. Because we're not perfect, and maybe we didn't handle something that happened to us the best. Maybe we were mean and snappy. Maybe
Do you mean originally?
uncompassionate to
Because
someone else. Maybe we
I'm gonna have to Google
whatever
that,
it was
Michael.
that we did that we don't show ourselves compassion. And the saddest part is if someone
Who wrote
else
the
that we
song,
love or
Practice
care
What
about
You
is
Preach?
going through the same things that we're going through, the words that we give them are so encouraging. You got this.
Because all I
I'm here
got
for
is
you. I
Barry
love you.
White.
It's not your fault. You're okay.
And maybe he wasn't.
But those same kind words we don't apply to ourselves when we're being less than perfect in our situations. Forgiveness is a journey to
Forgive yourself,
and
everybody,
acceptance
is what he's
step
saying.
one. Accepting that it happened. I share very openly. My daughter was molested by my ex-husband for 2 years, and when I just found out at the end of
I
2019,
don't know.
and the hardest part was accepting that it happened, because every fiber of your being, even though it obviously happened, it came
Who
out,
wrote
but
Practice What
accepting,
You Preach?
because I didn't want
Any
to
hints?
accept that. Like, it was so unfair.
TikTok, let me
I
know.
could not accept that it happened. But once I got to that place where it did happen, it hurt. The betrayal, that feeling of not, I didn't protect my daughter, even going through anger. I did feel anger towards my daughter for a little bit, just a second, because I always thought as moms, we tell our children, you have to tell me, and anything ever happen, I'll whoop a lion's ass for touching you. Like, if anybody touched you, you ask the questions, you try to create a safe environment as much as possible. But what we miss is that children, they don't process like adults. And especially children victims of something that heinous with someone that they call dad and love. They don't process that way. And so when I understood that, I was able to accept the situation, and I was able to start working through my feelings and peeling back the layers. And so I say to you, if you're going through something as horrendous as your child being hurt, or even if it was yourself and some trauma you go through, it happened. The key word is happen, not happening. Once you can see the difference, it did happen, but it's not happening. And you can forgive your imperfections, forgive the way you handle it. Also, show yourself grace and mercy when you're going through it, kindness, and realize that this journey is yours, and you should give yourself permission to process those feelings. Stepping away without guilt or feeling
Bootsy
pressure to
Collins.
perform for someone else, and that's huge. My mom used to always tell me that you're a strong, independent Black woman. You know, never let them see you cry, never let them see you sweat, and that's bad thinking. Showing my vulnerable side,
Not
showing
Bootsy
that I'm
Collins.
hurting, not all falling out all over the place, but I can express that my heart is broken. I can express that it hurts, and then allow myself to feel it. And those people who would not allow me to feel it, I had to disconnect from them because they're not being part of my safe environment. So sometimes in your journey, you're probably going to have to cut negative energy off, whether it's from even someone as close as your mom. If they're not supportive of your journey, you probably have to step out on it alone. But give yourself permission to go through your journey, to go through it so that you can be whole in the end. That self-forgiveness is very important because remember, you're worth it, you're worthy of it, you deserve it, and it's your God-given right to be forgiven by you and by your Creator.
All right, let's open the floor, y'all. We got time to just, we got a little time. We can open it up for discussion. Anybody want to add something to it?
I wanted to add to saying it's definitely you gotta have a lot of courage to put your situation on the table, because in reality it's not so much that you want to make the other person look bad or anything like that, but the healing has to happen, and you want to be able to let anybody else know that's going through the exact same thing and they're still in it, or they're trying to get out of it, or maybe they got out of it and they're just not over it, that you can get out. You can get through this. You will get through this, but you have to allow it to happen. You can't just hold on to it. So it's commendable that anybody can put themselves out there. But I think forgiving yourself is the first thing you need to do, because a lot of times we blame ourselves, or your parents will blame you for something that's, you know, we've seen many of women who blame their child because he liked her more, or her shorts was too short, or maybe she was too flirty, or she was too happy, or, you know, and that's just the worst thing. I'd be ready to slap a parent who behaves that way. I really do. I hate to see you blaming them.
Slap. She said slap.
Yep.
She put some emphasis on that for real.
No, it is. I'm in a support group for parents whose child was sexually abused, and a lady came into the group. She's new. Her kid disclosed, and she was looking for assistance. And I understand, you know, so we're all immediately like surrounding new parents. You know, that's what we do. But then she made the comment that she thinks her daughter is lying, and the whole group just lost it. Like, that's something that we will never, ever say in that group, that my child is lying. You default and err on the side of your baby. If we find out later that the kid did lie, then we deal with that then. But initially, when your kid comes and they say, Mom and Daddy, you know, so-and-so hurt me, you automatically go to protecting your kid.
I don't know.
Believing every single word that they say.
Right. So let's talk about the after. What's going on now?
With what? With my daughter's case, or
Yeah, yeah.
well, back in January, actually February, we actually went to court. She did not want to testify, so we did
Right.
do a plea, and he got 7 years for what he did. Um, he had already did 3 years waiting for trial. So time served, so he has 4 years left, but he's actually up for parole this November, which makes my stomach hurt. Um, but one of the things that when I was in therapy for it and we started talking about the trial, my therapist had posed the question um, to ponder what was it that I was expecting or what I needed to hear in court that would make me feel like justice was served. And I pondered that because that's a good question. And I realized there's absolutely nothing they could give him. They could have killed that bastard, brought him back, killed him again, and I would still be crying for justice. There's absolutely nothing that they could give him that would make me ever feel any piece of justice has been served. So I just opted to whatever it is that my daughter needed to get through. And the one thing that she wanted was to get her voice back. So in court, she got to read her victim impact statement and tell him exactly how she felt. And she got her voice back, and that was worth every bit of everything. To see my baby get up there in that court, on that stand, look that fool in his eye, and read her letter without batting. That was priceless.
And let that resonate.
Yeah.
You want to wrap it up?
So, in just closing, just remember to love yourself, love God, and chase your journey, chase your forgiveness, chase your freedom. And if you ever feel like you're alone, there's always a hotline. Find your local hotline number. I wish I would have had one listed, but there's local hotlines that you can call when you need help, when it becomes unbearable. And get yourself a support team of people that you can feel safe and supported. And let's all heal this year.
Yeah. We had a couple of comments if you want to.
Hold on. Come back with the comments in a minute. Here we do the shout outs too at the end. All right, stand by. WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best. We got the rap here as a matter of fact. You can wrap it up. Okay, go ahead, Kottyn.
Real quick, Nicholas, Mr. Walker says, does she think that because of that issue, men should avoid women with children? Not trying to be insulting, but that's just a way of avoiding those types of issues. Michael says, children learn lying from the company that they are allowed to be around, including their parents. And that is it. So shouts out to Nicholas Walker and Michael Gay, Denise, and all the other people that were listening on the TikTok and all the social media pages.
All right, give them a round of applause, y'all. Thank you. Thank you for making WRGR your stop when it comes to the best in all things. Okay, so anybody else want to add? We got a little more time.
What he said about avoiding relationships, that of course that's a wound talking. Or I've decided to be single for a minute until I can get through it. But it's sad that you get to the place when you have children and you're single, that you would have to go to the place of, I'm not going to even try to get another relationship until my children are grown and moved out. But we could take all the precautions in the world that you could think of, but in reality, that person doesn't have to be a man and hurt your kid. And that does not minimize the fact that kids are being preyed upon in this world. They can happen at school, at church, at your doctor's office, at the dentist. Any pedophiles are literally in every single aspect of living. And the reality is that you can't escape it. So why should you stop living?
But also look at it like this too, because some kids can always cry wolf too, and wrongfully persecute somebody because they don't like them.
That is a very rare number. Like literally.
Yeah, but it happens though.
But it's 0.2%. So which is why I said that it's not even worth bringing up, because I'm not saying it never happened, but when you put that out there, that children have the potential of doing that, that's gonna allow parents to think what has happened to them that their kid is lying. So I don't even like speaking on that.
Yeah.
We should always err on believing our kid first.
And then
Right.
also as a precautionary, you can also download Murphy's Law. Download that app, and it'll tell you what pedophiles are in the area, because most of them have to register. Now, you may not get them all.
Right.
However, it will help a little bit to know because I don't know if you guys remember, and I'm going to try to say this real quick. I don't know if you remember, and I've never forgot this kid. His name was Christopher, and he walked to school, but he didn't make it back home because the neighbors next door had took his little body. These were 3 Caucasian people that took his body, mutilated him, sexually assaulted him, burned him with cigarettes, peed on him, all type of stuff to that.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was like 6 or 7, and that hurt my heart to the core.
Yeah.
I heard about that too. Okay, we got to wrap this up. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the close. This is the Jazz and Jams Weekend Review. You're going to say fall things, WRJR. Stick and stay, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Yeah,
Great show, y'all.
ID Seal will, if you're ever interested in getting ID Seal, it'll also tell you about the predators are in the area, because it monitors that for you as well. So, just saying.
All right. Add that. We're on break right now, but you can add that in too. Let people know.
Okay.
Stand by. Great content, y'all. Great content. Stand by. Got one more commercial, 43 seconds, and we're back in. I'm skipping F your feelings. I took
Nobody
that off
sipping tea?
because we're already over.
Nobody's sipping tea? No.
I'm gonna let Smitty go so he can take care of Sadie. I know.
Sweet Sadie, don't you know we love you, sweet Sadie, living in the
past. Ooh, ooh. I don't know the rest of the words. Some background.
That's their song.
It seems so funny. No money can turn your life around.
WRJR is your connection when it comes to the best of all things. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Jazz and Jazz Weekend Review. I'd like to thank my co-host, the J&J crew. Love them to death. I'd like to thank the queen, Miss Kottyn Candy Campbell. Got the other queen, Miss Mahogany Waters, a.k.a. Ebony Shantae Coleman, and my man, the Duke of Earl. Duke. My man, Mr. Smooth Smitty. He's over there in his dukedom. I forgot. Remember Al Bundy did that, man? That was hilarious. All right. Well, thank you again. You can catch us on social media. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, Tumblr, Reddit, TikTok, Blast FM, Tumblr, and WRJR Jams with the Z. WRJR Jams with the Z. Make no mistake about it. This is the one. The only original, except no imitations. WRJR, Real Jazz, Real Jams, the radio. Comments, questions, suggestions, WRJR Jams with the Z at Gmail. If there's a show topic you would like for us to cover, let us know about it. Don't be shy. Get in touch with us. Go to the official website at the WRJRnetwork.com. That's the WRJRnetwork.com for more info. And as always, it's a pleasure with the crew.
In my way.
You might want to say something. Nobody want to say that.
Oh, hey. Hey, y'all, thanks for joining us. This is your girl, Kottyn Campbell. Peace, love, and loyalty. God before man, spirit before flesh, and love before hate.
Hey guys,
Ebony.
You guys have a good night. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Okay, man, go ahead.
I just want to say, before you criticize someone, you should walk a mile in their shoes. That way, when you criticize them, you are a mile away from them, and you have their shoes. Take care and God bless.
Okay, all right. And always remember, do not inflame your hemorrhoids because it affects your cataract. Anyway, I am out of here. Like to say, peace, God bless. Stay safe, stay strong, and always from me to you. Stay smooth, ladies.
Good night, y'all. See you next week.
Good night, everybody. It's the softest voice. Good night.
She got real soft on me. Okay.
Peace and chicken grease, y'all. Take care.
All right. Have a blessed week. Don't forget to join us next Monday for another edition of the Jazz and Jazz Weekend Review with the Crazy Crew. Like I say, love you. Stay safe. Always from me to you, stay smooth, and we will see you next week. All right.
Okay.
Not crazy.
That was fun, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go.
Just a real quick,
And call me later on.
real quick.
Okay.
Michael Gay said he enjoyed the show. He's gonna listen in again.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh, that's cool.
Hey,
Wow.
what do you
thank
say?
you, Michael. He enjoyed the show.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we're gonna get better and better. As long as
Better
our
and
timing gets
better.
better and better, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
It's gonna be off the hook.
Mike's a vet. He's been doing this a long time. His friends are Howard Hewitt and Karen White. So there you go.
Oh wow.
Awesome. Yeah.
And
All right, y'all have a good
and Denise Wilkerson from Sky.
Right. That's it.
Here's you. Woo! That's my girl.
Okay.
Bye, guys. I'm